Hey everyone, today I've got your Hacksaw Ridge movie review. Based on the true story of Private Desmond Doss, who saved lives without even carrying a weapon during World War II. As far as the story goes, Mel Gibson directs this movie, which is as gripping as it sounds, since this is a true story that just shows how brave this one soldier was who was willing to join the draft and ended up helping to save the lives of 75 men in the heat of battle. Right off the bat, I was really excited to see this movie, and after I saw it, I saw how intense it was, how engaging it was. The way that the story was made had the first hour of the film be about how this one guy was joining the war and then having to deal with how controversial his decision to not wield any weapons or any guns during battle like his fellow compatriots would, and they didn't really like him for it. He was almost going to be jailed for it, and I saw how heartfelt it was and just how empowering to see what would happen if this guy refused to carry this firearm. It was just a really great story, and one that I think is for everyone to see, and because it's based off a true story, it makes it even better. As far as the casting goes, you've got Andrew Garfield, who plays Private Desmond Doss, and I think he does a really good job in this movie, and I found him to be a really great actor in this because of just how emotional his character was, how far he was willing to take his character, and it was very intense, and he definitely looked like the real man too. So I thought that was pretty good casting, and I think he's definitely done a really good job this year in film in general, and this film is definitely one of those that I think is my favorite of his. And then you've got Vince Vaughn, who I didn't think he was going to do a very good job in this movie, but in one scene he definitely pulled off a Full Metal Jacket-esque character, and I thought he was funny, but he was also serious. And I did like the scenes that he was in for the most part. And then you've got other actors in this movie like Sam Worthington, who played a more defensive character and sort of on the fence about Andrew Garfield's character, but he was willing to give him a shot either way. And then you've got Teresa Palmer, who plays a nurse that ended up meeting Doss, and then they got married before he went off to war. And also his father, being played by Hugo Weaving, was also really good as well, and it was just really believable to see what the cast actually went through, and sort of the struggles that they all had to face in this movie. The things that I did like about this movie, right off the bat, I see the cinematography just really well done with all these intense shots of the battle and even some long panning shots as well, and it didn't even seem to end, especially with those fight scenes, and that's something that I didn't think I would be able to see yet again by Mel Gibson since Braveheart. But it really showed how intense war was, and what happened to certain people, and it was gruesome at times. It was gritty, and I really felt like my heart was going to stop while watching this movie, and I definitely shed at least one tear watching some emotional scenes in this movie. And I thought the pacing was really nice as well in this film. How they didn't need to rush into the battle sequences, but they also didn't need to prolong them, because it made its point. Overall, I would say that Hacksaw Ridge is definitely one of my favorite films of the year, and I would highly recommend seeing it. I think it's just a really well done war film, considering I also am not a huge fan of war films unless they are done right, and that is exactly what you get here. So I would give this 5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Hacksaw Ridge. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, coming every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.